Spring is here, and I decided that I really want to paint my own interpretation of Ophelia. I've been really inspired by some pre-Raphaelite pieces in general, and also a few adaptations of Hamlet. I have messy sketches. I did some messy sketches right when I got the idea. I also have some research that I did beforehand, but I do think just watching the movie adaptations is going to help to understand the story a little bit better. I also have a very solid idea of what I want to paint. The overall composition, I know what I want, and the colors, but I do want to make some tests and create some color composition just to make sure that I have the colors correct and that they make sense when put on paper. I'll be using the Magello paints. However, I have one paint tube by Daniel Smith that I want to use very much. I do have to refill my palette. It's been neglected. I've never actually painted anything like this, like literature inspired, taking something, a character out of literature and painting a piece with it. I've never done that.
From Scotland Yard. What does he want with me?
Hello everyone, welcome to the little voiceover section of this vlog. Now as I'm recording this, I've actually been sick with a throat infection and it was pretty bad, so I do apologize if my voice sounds still a bit sickly, but I promise I'm doing better now. So these sketches that I'm working on right now are for two different pieces. This is after I watched the movie Ophelia with Daisy Ridley, so the imagery for my Ophelia piece was still quite fresh. But I still did one other sketch to warm up, and I found this reference photo on Pinterest that I think I could turn into a Naiad inspired painting. I've been so very inspired by Greek mythology lately, especially by nymphs, who are spirits linked to nature. A Naiad would be a spring and river nymph. I've always loved linking nature to my paintings, and this theme is just perfect to practice exactly that. And I just think that it makes me feel very much in the spring mood, like painting beautiful ladies with flowers and lighter tones. And after being a bit warmed up, that's when I went ahead and started the sketch for the Ophelia piece. I started out pretty loose, but I don't think I did a really good job with her face, which means I ended up redrawing it a couple of days later, just so I could try to do a better job with the structure of the face. But this is pretty much what I want to portray with my interpretation of Ophelia. It's taking some inspiration from the movie, sure, but I'm taking lots of creative liberty with the colors and some of the flowers she was holding as well as her surroundings. So yesterday, we had a blackout here in Portugal and Spain. Don't know if you heard about it on the news, but we had absolutely no electricity for the entire day. And I had some time out, so I just did some thumbnails for a couple of pieces I'm considering doing. Well, not a couple, there's 4. But this is the one I have the drawing already done. And this one has only been in sketches, but I'm really considering doing it. This one I'm still a little confused about because I don't know if I like the whole hair thing. And also this one is kind of inspired by the Midsummer Night's Dream story. But I want to study this a bit more. But these, they're both a little Nymph inspired. So kind of want to do some studies of this one. Because this one I already have down. I only need to start painting, and this is just a little way to figure out how I want to paint it. But this one I really want to study, especially sketch it, because I'm confused about the hands thing. Yeah. But I really like the colors of this one, and this is, I think, the color scheme I want to go for Ophelia. So I want to study it a bit more. And also I did some tryouts a little bit with the turquoise colors, because I wanted to know how it would look like.
4 feet on the stripes in the Alabama highway. Out there in the open, just a wishing and a hoping. I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you'd been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion. At the end of my bed, in the palm tree lightning, it was nothing you did, I just felt my love lightning. Now we talk all the time, it's a little one-sided, always one step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion.
Okay, so we're nearly at the end of this vlog, but I just wanted to pop in again to tell you a little bit about the paper I'm using and also the thought process behind the drawing for this. This is Arche watercolor paper, cold pressed 300 GSM. It needed to be stretched, seeing as I got it as a single sheet and I was a bit fearful the sheet would just curl up from too much water, and I do use a lot of water in painting. From my first impressions, it seemed like a nice paper, not too rough, just enough tooth to have some grip and create some interesting textures, which I do like in papers, so we'll see how it reacts to paint. About the drawing though, I was a bit reticent to start this drawing. It's very expensive paper and I really did not want to ruin it. Also, it's very likely the biggest I've ever worked with. It was quite awkward to adjust myself on the desk with this massive piece of paper to draw on, so it was a process. In the end, I didn't think it was that hard. I actually really liked the way the final composition worked out. I didn't want to have too much detail around her, just enough to define her hands, some of the flower details, because those do represent something to her, like the daisies meaning innocence and purity, and the rue on her hand, which is like a reminder for people to regret their evil deeds. I needed those to have some detail, but not to the detriment of losing focus on her face. About her face, I wanted her to look quite peaceful, since she's often depicted in pain and suffering and death. But given how she suffered, I think death would have been her true release, so I softened her features a bit. I also considered doing a full body painting, but I wanted to focus on her face the most. When it comes to colors though, I definitely do not like most of the color choices some of the pre-Raphaelite masters used to depict her. I think they were always so dark, almost like she was sinking in mud. So I went with some lighter tones. I picked Magello's Cobalt Turquoise to give the painting a clear water look. I'm also using Undersea Green, which is my favorite painting at the moment, by Daniel Smith. It's just, a beautiful paint to work with, lots of nuances and granulation. I think it'll make the painting a bit more textured, bring the nature tones to it. And I'll also use some quinacridone violet by Magello to add some pink hues to the composition, kind of recalling to that youthful and innocent nature of Ophelia. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the vlog. This has been a very fun project to work on so far, and I hope you'll stick around for the next video where I'll be painting it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support me further, don't forget I have a Ko-fi account where you can drop a donation so I can keep the videos going for you. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.